Hi, this is Kim Pinkney. Hey, Amaris. How are ya? Can you hear me okay? Oh, sweet. I have a bit of a delay, so I apologize for that. If the music's too loud, let me know. I'll turn that down. I had to let my son sleep. He was right behind me. So, man. Well, I wanted to give a review on these Arteza fabric markers. Let me turn this down. I can barely hear myself talk. Alright. So basically, what I found is that they're pretty good. My Wonder Woman came out pretty good. Better than I expected, because I didn't do the same type of saturation as I did with the little testers that I was creating. It's like you don't have... When you're drawing on your own, you don't have the same luxury as if you're creating swatches. Swatches you can mess up, it doesn't matter, but once you finally put marker to paper or marker to fabric, that's when it really counts. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. I wanted to use a bigger, what is this thing called? Hoop. So I can work on the Hulk probably a little bit more than just that little circle. And I realized that the Hulk is a Marvel property and the other one's DC, so I didn't want to mix my Wonder Woman with my Hulk. It's disastrous. So one of the things I was thinking about doing was making the Hulk, because we've always seen Hulk pictures where he's, you know, Hulk smash pictures and grrr. Well, what if he was like doing a Sailor Moon pose? Something cute like that. So, I don't know. I might do that in this circle right here. The Hulk doing a Sailor Moon pose, or I might just keep it serious and just do him regular. He's not my first choice of superhero to draw, but I do have a whole bunch of greens from this Arteza set, and I like it so much that I decided I was going to go ahead and buy another set, because I think I'm running low already on my one of my colors. This one comes in a 24 pack. It's pretty decent. It's got there's other little videos on the particulars of the Arteza product, but for me, I watched those and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't need to go through that again, I don't think. For those of you who want to know more about the product, you can go to the site, or rather you can also go to one of the oh man, this is too big. One of the many videos that are out there already, well, 3 actually, reviewing the product, and they go into reading the back, and they do a picture, but none of them has done like my Wonder Woman, where I just try to kind of push the envelope on it. Oh, let me see if I can find the back to this. Yay, I found it right off. God bless a pack rat. Okay. This thing has seen better days. This is just a cardboard back. You would mount things to it. So I'm going to use that to give me a little bit more stability when I draw in color. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments, leave it in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. This set cost about I think on the site it was $29, but I got it for a little bit less because I used one of their discounts that they also have on the sites. All right, make sure I'm on the top. And so here is the area that I'm going to be working with. And let me see if I can find a cute Sailor Moon pose. I was even playing with the idea of giving him pigtails and a little skirt just for giggles. I got my keyboard, my little messy keyboard in front of me here. Let's see, Hulk. No, not Hulk, sorry. Sailor Moon. Just for giggles. Sailor Moon. Let's see. And I just like the poses. See if I can find one that's totally Sailor Moon. Oh my god, yes. That's the one. Oh, shucky ducky. Sailor Moon usually has a moon behind her, saying that she'll punish you. I'm looking at like Sailor Moon Crystal. Oh, I just X'd out of it somehow. Let me go back to it. There it is. And instead of having that pose, I think I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I could draw it out first to see how it looks once I do that. Oh, gosh, that is crazy. I don't know. I'll do it. Bump it. Okay. So let me go ahead and get the pose down. I'm not thinking this is going to be a full body pose. Let me see if I can find one that's more full body. Let's see. Too feminine. Oh my. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. Let me stop giggling to myself. Okay, so I'm going to do a full body pose, or at least whatever I can fit into here. And I think the picture that I have has just up to the mid-thigh. But I probably will just do the top portion. Okay, so here we go. Here's Hulk head. And I apologize if this is really faint. Let me turn on some extra light. And then I'll jump into the Arteza tracing, and not tracing rather, but describing what's going on with these markers and which markers I'm going to be using. Hopefully this is a little bit more light for you. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this pose down. Let's see. I can either do the cross pose. I'm trying to decide, do I want to do the cross pose or do I want to do the I will punish you pose? Let's see. Oh! Or I could do the one where he's got the eye type thing like this. Where he's got the eye type of thing like that. This is tough. I'm trying to figure it. They're both really cute poses. Let's see. Let's see, which one? Yeah, nothing screams Sailor Moon like okay, I gotta, let me do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch tiger bird. You are not it. Okay, so it's a cross between that one and the other one. Okay, I'm going to go with the original pose that I was thinking of. Okay, sorry about that. Indecision. Okay, so I got the back of the Hulk right here, and shoulder right here, and then got the hand right here, and then got the other hand right here. So everything is going to fit within this hoop here. Okay, this is shoulder, arm, massive hand, meat hooks here. Wonder if I should put him in, I'm debating putting him in the costume though. That would be tight though. Let's see, I gotta get the big finger here. Like have it all like ripping apart. It'd be almost cool if it was She-Hulk instead. Make his wrist here. His head will be slightly tilted. Make it bigger. If I get through this one pretty fast, it might not be a bad thing to plan the superheroes kind of like the dogs playing poker picture, but have them all cheating. So I got to figure out what team I want to do. Maybe the Avengers, because I've got like some pictures of them. Let me see if we can get a good Hulk picture. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can do let's see. He's a beautiful beast. Let's see, I want a different picture. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. They always give him little eyes, but they're kind of bulging, or let's see. No. Ooh, some of them got him like all raging out. That would be cool. Let's get him like crazy raging out. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Crazy rage, crazy rage. There we go. We got some crazy rage in here. Okay, I got an idea. Get that nose just right. Now the thing about using these markers, it's best to draw big. If you draw small, you're kind of limited to what the tip can do for you, especially if you want to do like really fine lines. It's bigger, the bigger the better. Let's see, we'll have one go up higher than the other. Let's see. I wonder if I should give him the tiara. But in this set, I've got 6 different greens. That's a lot of damn greens. Sorry. But that's a lot of green. I barely used the color green. It would have been helpful when I was doing what is it called? St. Patrick's Day pictures. But I am still trying to figure out and wrap my mind around why there's one yellow but 3 different greens. I mean, each one of them is nice in its own right, but 3? Do I really need 3 greens? I don't know. Here we go. Hulk with the little thingies on there. I will punish you. That would be funny. You give the Sailor Moon thing with the long pigtails. It could be worse. It could be Rini. Okay, I'm going to mix up some of my Hulk pictures here. I'm going to add another one. Let's see. That one's nice. Let's see. Got a little bit of... I gotta have them spit. Get that jaw going. Maybe he's mad because the outfit's a little too tight. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to throw some outlines on so you can see the progress so far. Let's see. I've got, let's see, which should I use? I can use a light green. I'll use a light green as a Let's see, do I want to use that one? Now we'll use gray, and then we'll just go over it. But the gray is almost like black. Yeah, let's use a light green. There we go. This green here is olive green. So I'm going to use olive green to outline. He's got these itty bitty ears. Let's see. Get lots of snarling here. So mad that his eyebrows almost come together. Let's see. Should I put him in the outfit? Mars, what do you think? Should he be put in the outfit? The Sailor Moon outfit. You think the Hulk should be put in that? I'm gonna throw some crazy eyebrows on him. Now it does have two different types of tips. One of them is a chisel tip, and the other is more of like a bullet tip. And I've never really been into chisel tips, but when it comes to laying the color down fast, it's pretty good. Now I've got this weird thing happening with my apricot color. That's the one that's closest to a skin tone. On the chisel tip, it's much more darker, much more apricotish than, if that's even such a thing. It's closer to apricot than it is flesh tone. But when I use the bullet tip, it's definitely comes out more of a flesh tone. Let's see. That would be kind of cool, though, to throw him in Sailor Moon outfit. Punish you, Uncle Smash you. Ooh, gotta give him the ponytails. Oh my god. I wonder if I can make them green. That would be kind of cool. Maybe this one I'll be all crazy, and then the next one I will definitely make, you know, maybe take it a little bit more seriously. I don't know. Somebody stop it. Okay, so he's got his finger. Oh, I should have it ripped. I'm going to rip the, he's going to be wearing the, what is it called? Yeah, I'll put him in the costume. Let me get the Sailor Moon costume. Let's see. This part is still good. And then we'll have it like ripped at the sleeves. Let's see. Give it lots of shoulder. That way we can see that costume. Let's see, we'll outline that with the dark blue. Chisel tip has got a nice tip. Let's see. Okay, and then I'll use a lighter blue to outline this one here. Okay, so this will be finger. It's pointing at us. This is from the glove. We'll have the Hulk. Let's see. We'll have his fingers poke out. Let's see. We'll have his knuckles. See, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Gotta throw that finger in. Okay, and I'll outline with the green. Okay, now I would totally wear this. Just one of those days when you're feeling like you don't want to put up with squat. There we go. Let me give him his hair, his hair. I'm trying to decide, do I want to make him blonde or do I want to keep him with dark hair? Oh, this is tough. I could do a blonde and green, just try to stay with it. I'll have to think about it. Gotta throw that in there. This is one of those bands. Yeah, so maybe I'll do his hair in like a bright green, a compromise between the blonde and the green. And we'll give him similar hair to Sailor Moon. I've gotta go beyond the thingy here. Okay. Yeah, I think we can't go without the pigtails. Gotta have the pigtails. And I apologize. I did not intend for my Hulk to become Sailor Moon, but you know, I needed to smile today. Okay. Don't hate Hulk cause he's beautiful. Let's see, this is lime green, this is olive green. Olive green was what I was going to use for the skin. Okay. Let me give that the bullet tip. Oh yeah, I got to throw the sleeve on here too. Okay, so this one is his finger. Oh, but his finger's got the, let's see. Yeah, his finger's right here. Now these colors do blend, which is really cool and fortunate. Pretty much because you only have a limited palette of colors. 2 browns, 1 yellow, what was it? 3 purplish type tones. One's like a pink, and the pink is really super dark. Let's see. Gotta throw a bow on here. Let's see. I wonder if the Hulk has any kind of crazy symbols or anything like that that I can probably incorporate with this. Let me back this up so we can all see. I apologize for that. There we go. Alright. Okay, and then I might have to adjust it a couple times to get the, what is it called? What is it called? Get the pigtails in there. Okay. Oh, here we go. We've got to throw the little hair thingies in here. Let's see. His hair was going to be this light green. Sailor Moon has these little hair doodads that stick out like right here. Okay. Alright, let's get the rest of these two colors on here. This is, now is that red? I think that's red. Let's see. Here we go. This is tomato red. Oh, I can't see his neck, so I can't put the little necklace thing on him. Let's see. This is that part. This is the bow. Okay, let's see. His arm is like right here. This one is sky blue. Let's see. His hand is like about right here. Now about right here where his arm bends is supposed to be some pink. Maybe that's red too. Let me go ahead and do that. Let's see. Okay, this is bare arm. Okay, so let's do that. This is olive green again. I need to tighten up the shirt so it doesn't buckle like it's doing right now. Give me one quick second, I'll tighten this up. There we go. So you want it tight, but you don't want it too tight. Okay, let's get, we'll use a gray. My grays, if you've seen my other live stream, are like black. They're really similar to black with slight variations. This is becoming like way too cute. Let's see, where'd my teeth go? There they are. Lovely. Oh yeah. Okay. Crap, forgot where I was. Here we go. Have them come out like here. Just do some random molars back there. Let's see, and we'll use like this gray. We'll use a little bit of the gray and then we'll make it gray to black or something like that. What's kind of cool about this is that I didn't have to use another marker in order to get skin tones and things like that in here. So, but a lot of these colors are really wicked dark. So it can't hurt to supplement any colors that you need with like tulip or graffiti, Marvi Uchida fabric markers, because you will be left kind of hanging, especially when you need a good pink and your pink is very, very dark. Alright, let's see. I could have done this with like a flat shading, but where's the fun in that? Okay, so let's see. Oh, I cannot wait. Okay, so up here, I'm going to readjust it soon. Okay, so now I just need to figure out what this, if there's a symbol here. Let's see, Sailor Moon. Let's see. See if I can find out. Oops. What's right there? Let me get out of this one. I'm trying to see this symbol right here, and I don't. So far, I don't see anything on it. I see a moon. In other ones, what do I see? What do I see? Oh, they got Sailor Moon coloring pages. Cool. Was it a heart? It was a heart. Oh, oh, is it now? Okay. It's a heart, and she's got like 1, 2, 3, 4 stones or something like that, and a cross shape, at least in the picture that I'm looking at. Let me make that bigger. Oh, and it's red. Okay, good to know. Okay, so right here, and then she's got one really big one right here, and that one is her red one. Okay, all right. I'm going to outline in brown. This is coffee. This is the deepest, darkest brown. That's almost black. Let me move that forward a little bit so you guys can see it. I've got some ink underneath my fingernail. I was trying to clean out one of those little Sharpie markers so I can use that to spread the you know, use it like so I can like I can use a, you know, to shade with and stuff, and move the colors around a little bit better. But there was still more ink in it than I realized, so I've got some underneath my fingernails. Icky! Okay. Oh, and it's got a crown to it. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay, here we go. That's pretty cool. I mean, I've drawn Sailor Moon before, but this one is a little bit more unique. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so I might want to go back to outlining with black. The black outlining is pretty awesome. Sometimes when I outline things, it takes multiple times to get it to be black. And this one comes out black on the first stroke, and I thought that was pretty effing amazing. And another thing, these guys do dry fast, depending on how much saturation you add to the picture, you add to your fabric. On the, what was that? On the canvas bag, it dried almost immediately because very little of it was coming out at a time. But if you sit still on this, it will come out on you. And it'll oversaturate and bleed and be nasty. Okay, I'm going to have to take a few liberties with some of this. I'm a little bit out of proportion. A little. Very out of proportion. Okay. Let's see. This was part of... Let's see, it comes like that. And some of the cool things about making mistakes is that your colors are going to cover some of it up. And you can also use multiple passes to really get it in there. Let's see, so that's part of the bow. We'll have part of the bow come up a little bit here. And part of the bow come up a little bit here. Okay, so this is one side, and here's the other. I gotta be careful not to color in here. This is that little part in her front, but it probably should have been way down lower. Okay. I'm going to have some of this show off his elbow, but I need some of it to still be intact. There we go, so it'll still be attached. There we go. Alright, let's see, what else can I do to this? Let's see. Let me raise this up a little higher so you can see it better. Okay. And I apologize if I'm out. If you can't see what's going on in the picture, let me know and I'll adjust the camera so you guys can see it better. All right. This is small, so I think I'll hit that first. With my one yellow. And the other ones are multiple colors, these little jewels, and then red. So let me hit yellow first. This is lemon yellow. Oh, I should let it dry a little bit. So we'll do that. Let's see. When his head is down that low, yeah, you're not going to see his neck. So I'll leave that alone for now. But right here, we should see the jewel that's like right here. I think it's a U shape. We'll have that here. I will smash you. There we go. And then we'll have some of his hair do that. Okay, all right. Oh, should we put the little blushies on him later? Okay, so his skin tone. Let's see. I want to use 3 colors, so I need my mid-range. Okay, these are the 3. This is the 6 greens that I have. Let's see. And the yellow. Let's see. And black. Okay, so these are the 6 greens I have. Here's the darker one. This is turquoise. I think the olive green was the darker one. I'll have to look at this again. Okay, so what I did is I had created in my first live stream a little color chart. If I can find the shirt. Let's see, did I use let's see, I switched out the Wonder Woman shirt. Let's see. This is Wonder Woman, such as she is. Anyway, moving forward. I'll show it off again when the Hulk is done. Here we go. This will help me to determine which ones I want to use as light, dark, and indifferent, I guess. Okay. Oh, the 6 greens. Here's the 4 here. Let's see, which one would go best? Okay, I have a yellowish green, so maybe the olive green, the yellow green, like the lime green, and the pea green. Okay, so let's see, what about pine? Pine's pretty dark. Mint, it's a little blue-greenish. So I got the pine green. Okay, and the lime green. Lime green. And the olive. Okay, so I'll use those 3. And I might end up using one of the other ones later. Let's see. Mint green was kind of like a blue-green. It's more blue-green than the turquoise, but the turquoise is pretty dark. We'll see what happens. Okay. Okay. We'll just keep everybody else pretty close. Okay. But, what I was saying about the pink, this pink is pretty dark. I mean, you would think magenta before you think pink, and it's bubblegum pink. Now, one of the ways that I found to kind of lighten up the colors a bit is by taking a stiff bristled brush. This one is pretty much designed for t-shirts. I bought it at Michael's in a set of, I think, 3, and it's pretty stiff. It gets really into the shirt without damaging it. So what I did is I took the excess water off of this brush, and I just, when it was wet, while I laid down the bubble gum pink color, and then just drew it out a little bit and just moved it until it gave me a nice little gradient. And I think I'll do a little bit of that on the Hulk as well. I was thinking about doing like an anime look to him, but you know, the Hulk is usually in like full Hulk mode, green and all his beauty, so I didn't want to deny us that. Okay, so the deeper, darker tones will come from, let's see, we'll say that the light source is pretty much coming down and maybe at an angle. That way I can get like a shadow this way and some shadows going this way, and then my light will be hitting it on the very top. So let's see, I'm going to use yellow to annotate where the light's hitting it the hardest, and you know, to white, so it'll be like yellow and then it'll go white, and or maybe a light green. Let's see, where else? Let's see, we'll say the light's going to hit it up here. This part is going to probably be a little bit in shadow. Let's see, let's lay down a little bit of light green. We'll use this one right here. Let's see. Now what I do to get this to come out lighter, or is what I don't put any pressure on it, and I just kind of let it glide. And before I really go too much further, I kind of let it dry a bit so I can see if I need to add more to it. Use the side of the marker. That way you have a little bit more control over how much comes out. And you just barely touch it, just enough to get the color to come out. And if the lighter you stay, then you can go darker later. But it's harder to go lighter. So you just got to be aware of how much pressure you're putting down, and just let it, I don't want to say let it do its thing, because you've really got to control this thing. Especially if you're going to try to get some blends and stuff going on. You don't want to just throw your colors on like hardcore. Take your time. That's why it takes so long during my videos to do these, is that I take my time to be more precise, because you really only get one shot at this if you're not using fabric paints to go over it. But all is not lost if you screw up. It really isn't. You can always go over it with fabric paint and try again. It may not be as light. You know, it might not work. So it's best to just take your time and get the colors down that you want, and then let them dry a bit so you can see what they're doing, and then you can add more colors on top of it. Let's see, I'm going to throw a little bit of yellow near this right here, and I want to be very careful. I don't want to lose all my highlights or my highlighted areas, so leave some white, and that's where some of the light's going to hit it, and it gives it more of a roundness when you do that. And I'm just picking out little spots where I think it's going to be, the light's going to hit it. Okay, let me get a little bit of dark here. I'm going to go the next shade down. Let's see. This is my pine green. This is pretty dark. Let me see what the pine green will do for me. I'm going to put it underneath the nose. It's pretty dark. And this is where the shadow is hitting it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end up using a little bit of black and letting that be a little bit more of my shadow too, but maybe not black. I've got some grays that are pretty close to black. The lightest gray I have is the elephant gray, and the next gray is what is that color? What is that called? Dolphin gray. So I'm going to use a little bit of the elephant gray in the green here, and I'm going to take it down here and bring a little bit of the elephant gray here. Yeah, if you want to extend your color palette, definitely mix your colors together. Beating your head against the wall, complaining that you don't have enough colors to do what you want, kind of like what I was doing this morning, but you couldn't hear me, is just go ahead and make yourself a swatch to see what these colors will do. But when you do make a swatch, make it in the shape of a face. What that does is that it gives you more practical experience of what this thing is going to do. Because you could make what was I making? I was making spheres, not circles, but spheres, where the light will hit it in a certain way, and you'll see where it is, where it's dark, and then it starts to creep towards light. If you understand light theory a little bit, that's what's happening when I make the spheres. And what that does is it shows you what happens when your colors have the light hit it, and then as it looks like, as it's further away. As a matter of fact, this is one of the spheres here. The tip of the nose is a good example. You'll have the light hitting it super hard right here, all the way until it hits it super hard to where it turns white. And that's why you see some of the white here. And then as it leaves the hot spot here, it starts to get into your colors until it gets black. And then when it leaves that, and this is the darkest, furthest away that you can possibly be from your light, and then it starts to lighten up a bit more. And it gives you that illusion of roundness. Now what this is going to do is it's going to bring the colors out a bit more. It's going to smear them a bit, blend them a bit, and bring them out more. Now one thing I don't know what's going to happen is if it's mixed with water, does that weaken the color stay of the markers? Because I had done some really good gradients with stained by Sharpies. I've got a couple videos where I took like a whole bunch of people and I made different color choices and things like that, different color swatches with the people in them. And over time, the ones that I had affected with water washed out. Now on what is it called? What is that called? The tulip fabric markers. They encourage you to use water, to do it like a watercolor. And I am not sure if it weakens the bond on that one, because I didn't do it very often with those colors. And I always used another color in between, I guess. Let's see, what color are her eyes? Are they blue? Hulk's eyes are green. Her eyes are blue. So do we want green eyes or do we want blue eyes? Well, we borrowed everything else. Let's use blue. I'm going to use a little bit of the Egyptian blue. And then I'm going to use sky blue a little further down, because I kind of want her eyes to kind of look hooded, or rather the Hulk's eyes to look hooded. Let's see, I need the light blue. Okay, let's see, I've got a night sky blue. I should have a sky blue. Let's see. There he is. Okay, there's my sky blue. All right. And I'll use that a little bit further down. And we'll leave a little bit of a white spot. Okay, there's a little bit of a white spot there. All right. Now I can't decide if I want her to be, okay, I said I was going to compromise with the hair. So we'll have like a yellow blonde, yellow green blonde Hulk. Okay, so same thing. Let's see. I'm going to throw the yellow in the eyebrows, even though Sailor Moon's eyebrows look like they're black. So we can get away with that. Let's do some black eyebrows. Black will overpower the red, no problem. Let's see. So let's do that. I'm going to give them kind of like a bushy look. And I'm going to bring it down. So this could be Gamma Sailor Moon. Radioactive Sailor Moon. When she says she's going to punish you, believe it. Okay. Now I have a little bit of extra shadow in the nose shadow. There we go. And that'll make that pop out a little bit more. I'll bring that up so you can see it. It's kind of pretty. And I think I'll do the same thing right underneath the chin. And that should bring it out more too. The more that you have the play with the light and shadow, the more realistic your picture can look. This is not exactly a sugar skull, but it's kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the crest here along the jawline. So I'm going to go ahead and do like a little line going around where the chin is. And I'm going to pretty much do the same thing that I did for the nose here. Just define some of the nostrils a bit. Now you got to be very careful of your saturation because you don't want your colors to start bleeding into each other. If you have a board on your underneath your picture, make sure you kind of keep it pushed down a bit. Your if you're using a embroidery hoop like I'm using, you're able to push it down just a bit so that the fabric is kind of up on top of the board. It's not touching the board, you know, like this is me pushing the board up, and that's how I can like draw onto it. But when you want to let it dry a bit, push that board down so that the shirt can kind of dry. Otherwise it'll sit on the board beneath it, and it will, your shirt will pick it up and it'll start to bleed around. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Now if you are doing a picture and you're not sure of where you want to put your colors, it doesn't hurt to have a source image to draw from. I don't draw the Hulk on the regular, so I can't draw him from memory completely, not all the time. So I'm kind of relying heavily on source images, what goes where on the Hulk, particularly if he has like a costume or just any superhero. I want to make sure I get it right and believable, so I look up multiple pictures and see if I can emulate, not necessarily copy completely, but if I can get as close as I can to it, all the better. Let's see, I dropped a color. I'm going to use a little bit of yellow down here. Now, one of the other things I found is you can sometimes soften a color's appearance by going over it with a lighter color. I am doing it with the green. Sometimes I want to add a little bit more green to something, or I need it to be a little bit lighter. Since I don't have like a white pencil or a white marker, which would be nice to lighten up some tones, I have to improvise. So one of the other things I do is I use paint, and I'll use the paint to lighten some areas up. It'll still stay green, but it'll be a little lighter than it was. Okay, let's see. Okay, the lips seem like they're more of a flesh tone, so I'm going to go to apricot for this. Let's see, apricot. Love this color. This color is a great base. It's a great color for what's the word? To blend. So like a lot of colors aren't like I've only got 2 browns, and one may as well be black. And this color is pretty good to soften up the brown a bit. If you want to kind of get gradients without having to add too much more color to it, find yourself a felt tip marker. This one here was from Zig. It is a fabulous, I've already worn this down to the nub because it's such a great tip. I have got to find another tip that's similar to this. It's like a felt tip, almost like this right here. This is a Copic. This one is super dry. I haven't used it in ages. E00. Never use Copic on your t-shirts. Copic will wash out. The only Copic that didn't wash out on me was the I think it was like purples and black, or deep dark brown or something like that. Those didn't wash out as bad, but you know, I wouldn't waste it because these things are too expensive to waste. Okay, and even when I tried to put Mod Podge on it, took it right out. But this is a nice tip as well. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like a fabric tip. So if you want to move your colors around, lay down a color. Let's see, I want to lay down a light green. We'll use pea green. Let's see what this one does for us. I'm going to use pea green right here. And then I'm going to move it around a little bit by using the marker. Now when you start to tap into your marker like this, you'll start to see it lighten, move into a different area, but it'll also cast a different color. Like it's some of them have moved from one color to like a very light color, like an orange, or like that happened with this apricot. I had used apricot in one area, put it down and spread it, and then it gave me a different tone. Its lighter tone of it was different. So like this one right here, it's almost a peach tone. I don't know if you can probably barely see it, but I'll bring it up a little closer so you can see. Okay, anyway, moving forward. So that one was pea color. I'm going to go ahead and use it again. I'm going to use the chisel tip because it helps me to throw color down really fast. Okay, I need to find a lighter tone than this one. Lime green. I'm going to use lime green around the edges here, and I'm going to make his eyes a little darker too. Let's see. I'm going to have, whenever you have a dark shadow, let me get that in there, you'll have a corresponding light shadow too on the other side of it. So like right here, this is dark, and then it'll start to come to light. So I'm going to put, this is olive, this is lime. Okay, set that down. I'm going to throw a lime right here, but I don't want to use the I want to use a chisel tip. It's almost like using the side of your marker. Well, it is the side of the marker. Okay. And I'll just throw that in there, leaving a little bit of a highlight around the side there, because I don't want to lose it. Okay, and this thing is still moist. I've used it before with water, and it's gently moving some of the green around. Okay, I like using the paintbrush instead. It moves it a little bit faster. Okay, so I got my paintbrush, throw it in the water. I don't want it to pick up any other colors, not just yet. Okay, I'm going to use like a light green up in this area. Okay, throw the lime green down. Now with this as well, with the bullet tip, I'm still using the side. If I want more precision, I'll use the tip. Just turn it around and use the tip. Okay, bring this up a little bit. I want more dark tones in there. Let's see. I'll keep these close together. There's that one. I need black. Black or gray. Okay, I just want to deepen the lines here. I want him to really look like he's pissed. There we go. Just those frown lines. Okay. And then I need the light green. I'm going to use the chisel. This is lime green. And I'm going to leave a little bit of white right here. I'm going to emphasize a little bit of, I'm going to put a little bit of an outline around the hair here. And I think I will use like a gray. There it is. And this cap is kind of deceiving. Let's see. It looks so light, and it looks like a perfect gray tone, but when it comes out like this. Kind of black. I'm going to outline the tiara a bit. And we'll move his hairline a bit. And yeah, chisel tips are a little tricky. Let's see, here we go. Make that a little darker. Okay. Let's see. I was going to make this a little bit greener. Okay. I'm going to lay down some lime green, and then I'm going to bring it out a little bit with the brush, just to give it a little bit more variation on the top, because I've got some really hard lights hitting it. You want to avoid some of the other lines that you've just put down, unless you want them to have their own little shadow. throw some yellow on. And I'll have the yellow go a little bit into the green there. Okay. Just get that a little more damp. Oop, too much water. And this also helps fill in some of the shirt too. Come on. Now when the color is already on there, it's harder for it to move. It's not going to move at all, especially if it's already dried. Let's see, so there we go. Use a little bit of the darker tone and then have that go out a little bit. It's intentional bleeding. Controlled bleeding. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit darker around the edges of this crown. Or tiara, rather. And then I'm going to move to a different area to let this dry, and I'll come back to it. Since the light's coming this way, the shadows should be casting down this way. So we'll throw some shadows down this way. Just adding more little anger lines here. If you don't get this right off the bat, just practice. Practice until you feel comfortable. Find a sacrificial shirt, make your swatches, and then just kind of learn the limitations of what it can and can't do. And that's pretty much what I've done. I've just pretty much just kept playing with it until I got it to where I can kind of control it for the most part. And then you'll find different ways of fixing your little accidents. Alright, okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more yellow and a deeper, darker green, probably around this area here. Let's see, this one here is mint green. Let me see what mint green does for us. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. And then I'll just, if I use one color in an area, I'm going to definitely try to use it in multiple places, just to give it balance. We are throwing yellow around the edge here. And the yellow's kind of mixing a bit with the green, and it's giving it a whole nother tone. And it's okay to go into the other color too. It helps to solidify and make unique tones. I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to put the little earrings on him. This isn't the green I need. Let's see. This one here is olive green. It's a little darker. And so since most of the shadows are going to be going this way, I should have more shadows on this side of the face. And if the shirt seems to buckle a bit, just pull it. I've got pretty much the design on it, so I'm not so much worried about it being too tight. And when it's too tight, it distorts the image. Okay. I'm just throwing a little bit of green around the eye here. And then I'd like to use a little bit of gray inside the eye socket. And then I just want to make this around here just a little darker. Let's see, this is turquoise. Let's see what it does for me. There we go. That's not too bad. I thought it would be like a little too blue. Okay. So this part of his eyes should be kind of in shadow. Let's use a gray. We're back to elephant gray again. I'm going to use the chisel portion, and I'm just going to make everything beneath the eyebrow just a little darker, just touching it a bit. Let's see. And then I'm going to use my brush and try to tease it down a little bit into the eye. White, just to make that a little bit more in shadow too. And once it dries, I'm going to make the eyebrows a lot darker. Okay, I'll just tease it down a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I want to do something with his teeth. I'm going to make them a little bit grayer. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tease the color down a bit. Okay. Let's throw some red on that tongue. Let's see. This one is turquoise red. Turquoise? Tomato. Tomato. Tomato red. I'm going to make it dark red here, and I'm going to tease that on down. There we go. Alright, and maybe a little bit of red on the nose. Okay. We're going to do the same thing with the teeth. But first, let me do we'll do the gums a bit. Okay, gray. Oops. All right. Let's see. I'm going to do a little bit in his eye. Let's see if we tease that down. All right. Okay. And then we'll do the teeth. Let's see, best way to do it. I think what I'll end up doing is finding a little, let me see if I can find a little piece of plastic and use the plastic and, come on now, there's plastic, yes. Let me use the plastic. Okay, what I'm thinking about doing, because I didn't want too much put on, I just get a piece of plastic like this and make like a little mini palette, and then I'll dip into it and use that on the teeth. Okay, that way I'm not adding too much in one spot. I want to hit the ones in the back here so it makes it look like they're darker and in shadow. See, now I think I might be able to get away with using glitter on this. I mean, I've never imagined I would be able to use glitter with the Hulk, but you know, how many times can you say that you've used glitter with the Hulk? There we go. Just enough to give it a little bit of shape. It's a bit much, but okay. Okay, now you can tell that this is kind of like a gray and not black. So I think I might want to throw maybe the, what is this called? Coffee. Just to make it look darker. Oh, it's about to start raining. All right, so that's a little darker. Okay, all right. So we've pretty much got the Hulk's face going on. Let's see. Sailor Hulk. Sailor Hulk, I will smash you. Throw some more green in there. Let's see, this is lime green. And what I'll do is I'll let this dry a bit and see where I need to add more shadows, or if it's just fine. And then I'll add a little bit of lips here. Use a little bit of gray, color in the lips a bit. I'm just making the lines a little bit deeper, darker. Just color that in a little bit. And then I'll bring this out more. The more contrast you have between light and dark, the better it looks, I think. It makes this pop out more. There we go. So that light's really freaking pounding it. Okay. This is white, and then some of this is blue, and it's got little lines. So I'm going to let this part up here dry. Let me see, but first let me throw some color into these little hair thingies. I think I'll make those blonde. And I'll see if I can move just a little faster. Let's see, the only orange that I have besides the apricot, which is not much of an orange at all, is this tangerine. So I'm going to use a little bit of this tangerine. Just so I can kind of break up some of the yellow and the green that's in his hair, in his face. So he's brown. Let's see. Let me throw a little bit of coffee. And then we'll try to tease out some of that tangerine. And then we'll do a little bit of tangerine here. All right. My green looks kind of wobbly on the side here. Olive. Well, that's mint. This one here is pine green. Okay, let me pull this a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of the lime green on the tip of his thumb. And a little bit of yellow around the edges. Oh, rather, that's the pointer finger. This is the thumb. Let's see. And I'll use like a darker green to, let's see, there was one green that I haven't used. Let's see, this is pea green. I'll use pea green on the fingernails. There we go. I got a color on this part right here. Okay. Now there are little white areas. Let's see, it goes blue, white, and white. Really? Christmas music? Okay, let me fix this. Alright. Have some pop music. Let me refresh. Okay, let's see, next side. Let's see. So this is the shoulder, and that had little lines. We'll make those black. Where is my black? There we go. Okay. So that's, we'll say this is one of those little edges. Okay. And then we'll have, let's see, that was going to be the bow. Okay. This is the sailor flap. Okay, that, it sounds weird. Let's listen to hip hop instead. Let me get rid of pop. I don't like their pop thus far. Okay, and Nomad Life. Okay, let's see, lines. Okay. I'm going to use the chisel tip. Alrighty, now I can kind of step it up a bit. Okay, I really like these markers. With a few strokes, I have the area totally saturated, but I'm not afraid that it's going to bleed. And one of the newbie mistakes that I had made and a lot of other people have made is that they'll color it like this and don't color it in completely. If you want your colors to stay and you want them to stay beautiful and rich, you definitely want to take the extra time and cover up all the white of the t-shirt. And when it dries, see if there's any white that pops up, and then just hit it again. Okay, one of the things you got to be very careful of is when you become really close to the edge, there's a possibility that you might run into something around the edges. So just kind of leave it until later and come back to it. Isn't that a beautiful blue? I'll bring it up a little bit. I know it's kind of hard to see. I wish this would do it a lot more justice, but oh my goodness, this blue is beautiful. This is Egyptian blue. And I'll just keep the cap nearby so we can see it. Isn't that gorgeous? Freaking gorgeous blue. Okay. Alrighty, and the rest here is white, and I'll probably just touch that with a little bit of gray. Let's see. I probably should have left a little bit of white right here. I think I'll do that right here. Put a little bit of a line, put another. Okay, I don't want to mess that up. Okay, let's see. This is all going to be red and yellow. So I'll go first with the yellow so I don't lose it. Now you may see my pencil lines in here. It's okay. Once I wash it, the pencil lines will disappear. And I just use regular pencils, B pencils if I really want it to stand out so I can see it. And the softer the pencil, B and higher, or any of the B's, they're easier to see, and they will wash out. If you want them to stay, if you want your pencil lines to stay, you want to coat your image after you're done with it with Mod Podge and let it wait the moment that it takes for it to dry. Okay, this is the top part of the bow. Now, if you are ever, if you ever have like a artist block where you don't know what you want to draw, you don't know what you want to put on a shirt, if you want it to be funny, try taking two dissimilar things like the Hulk and Sailor Moon and putting them together and see what you get. Different degrees of Hulk, different degrees of Sailor Moon, a funny caption might make you smile and, you know, take up some time. Just two different things, people in different costumes, but make sure it's something that you like, because if you pick something that you're not fond of, something that you can't handle for like 4 hours straight, it's best to find something that you really like instead. Okay. Or at least try to find something in the project that you can grasp onto. Like, I wasn't happy about wanting to do the Hulk. I did ask for suggestions because I didn't know which superhero I would want to do next. And then just put them in different situations. This could have easily been Cyclops in a Sailor Moon costume or something. Or Batman colored like a Lisa Frank picture. That's still on my mind. I still haven't lost the desire to do that. Okay, I filled this in pretty well with red. But what I'd like to do is come back over with another darker color just to bring out more of the red. Opposite of red is like green. Let's see, and I'll try turquoise to see if it'll make my shadows a little darker. Oh yeah, it did. It's a little too dark, but that's okay. There we go. Alrighty, and then beneath the bow, I'm going to put like a gray tone in there. What I'll do is I'll put a little line of gray and then tease it out with the brush. See, I got to dry it a little bit more. Oh, did it dry on me? Okay, let's try it again. We'll use black this time. Oh. Now, supposedly to open these markers, you're supposed to twist it a little bit. It's not a twist cap, but it says to just twist it a bit to make them come off. Which is kind of nice because some of my markers, like Tulip and things like that, if you don't have an audible snap when you put the cap back on, when I throw them back in with the regular markers, sometimes they may come loose. And that's no good. No bueno. Okay, so this is still part of the sailor outfit, so I'm going to color this part blue and this part green. We'll put a little bit of yellow on it to capture a little bit of his neck, and then the rest will be green. And it can't hurt to tease some of those colors together. Okay. We're back to Egyptian blue. Now, unlike the, what's that thing called? Words are hard on Saturday. The canvas bag that I did, these guys do take a bit longer to dry than the canvas bag did, because the t-shirt draws out more of the ink, more of the marker, than the canvas bag did. All right. Okay, so we got the blue, we got the green. Let's see, this is the white, but I'm going to tease it with some black, or rather gray. So I'm going to throw some gray on the edge here, and then I'm going to tease it down with the brush. Put this in here. There it comes. There we go. Let me see if I can get the same kind of effect with these. Not so much. Okay. Not a problem. We'll do the same trick again. Okay, so since this is the same as this, I'm going to go ahead and outline it black, or with the gray. Adding a few more rips. All right. Okay, so All right. So with muscles, let's see. Ooh, really good picture. Okay, I can use that idea. Okay. All right. I don't see so much of his bicep though. Got a lot of the shoulder though. Let's see. Okay, so let's do this. We'll have the yellow on first. Okay, so and into the lime green. Okay, and it's bulging. Let's see. Not so many veins on this one. Okay. We won't worry about veins then. Okay, I need a bicep. Give me bicep, give me bicep. There's one. Ooh, lots of veins bulging. Okay. Deeper, darker green. Oops, wrong side. We'll have yellow around the edges. Just to capture a little bit of the light. We'll have a light green right here. And we'll have darker green right here. Get it nice and dark. We'll throw a vein in there. Let's see, make it yellow. Where's black? There it is. Okay, so some more yellow in there. Oops. I'm just trying to cover up all of the white in and we'll just try to define his shoulder a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to use black to make it a little bit darker in some of the shadows. And that should help also define what's going on with this muscle. This is pine green. I wanted to use, let's see, that's turquoise. It's mint green, olive. Let's use a little bit of olive. And just come in from the shadow and work my way upwards. Okay, I have decided that I need more practice drawing muscles. And which gives me an excuse to draw more muscles. Okay. Da, 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 da. Let's see, so this is the bicep. Let's see, maybe this one might work. Not too bad. Let's make it darker. Black. Oh, see, now, oh, this is mint green. I thought it was turquoise green because it looks bluer than the turquoise green that I have. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, this is turquoise right here. Oops. Okay. And pine green. Let's see what that one looks like. This is very heavily saturated now. Hulk won't be pretty, pretty princess. Some more yellow. Yeah, I think I want to do something similar around here. Give it more of that blue-green and whatnot in the face so that all this stuff kind of balances out. All right. Okay, so we'll let that kind of dry, and start playing with this side of the body. And then once this stuff starts to dry, I'll go ahead and, let's see, we'll move it this way. Once this stuff starts to dry, then I'll move my hoop so I can get to the other areas. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see. We'll mix it with a little bit of blue too. Okay. I'll use that one. Okay, what did I do with the brush? Here it is. Make sure it's clean. Okay. Okay. Take some of this color out. Alright, okay. Alright, so I got part of that done. I think I'll do, where's the light blue? Need my sky blue. There it is. And then I'll use some of this gray and the sky blue. I apologize if you cannot see this. Let me move it forward. Okay. And I'll mix that with a little bit of gray. Gray. Almost done. Still got to figure out this hand right here and the hair right here and maybe a thought balloon. So if you guys have any ideas on what a thought balloon should say or a caption, let me know and I'll see if it'll fit. Alright, looks like my hand touched this area right here, so I'll have to come back over it with some green. Wrong color. Let's see, what's closer? We'll live. I'll throw some more yellow on it too, just for good measure. All right. Okay, the tiara, I think that's a red moon. And I think tiara is yellow. Let me check. Yep. And we'll use a little bit of tangerine to give the hair some shadow on it. And we'll tease that out. Maybe a little brown too. Brown. This is coffee. I want the other one. Coffee. Set this down. Let's see. I'm not using this one. I'm using black. We might have one more area with red. There's the green, yellow. We'll keep the gray out just in case we want more shadow. Oh, there it is. This one is the chocolate. Use the chocolate to give it more of a shadow. We also have some green up in here that we need to add. We're going to use lime green. Maybe a darker green. Let's do mint green. Let's see what that does for us. Too many greens. We'll also throw more yellow on there. All right. Let's see. Okay. This color was red. So we'll turn it upside down. And we'll turn this one around for you guys. Let's see, before I throw that down, I think I'll throw down a little bit of black or brown or coffee, just so I have a bit of a shadow action going on. I'm going to tighten it a bit. All right, beautiful. Zoom in a little bit. There we go. All right, green. Let's see, I'm going to start coloring in these little jewels here. This one looks blue. Okay, blue, 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 blue. We can get away with this one. Okay, blue, yellow. Green. Red. In two places. Okay, and then green and blue again. All right, okay. Let's see, and I think let's make these a little bluer. Okay. Alright, so now I just have this hand and the hair to do, and we're done. Oh, wait. I've got a shoulder. Okay, green, green, green. We'll throw yellow on first, just around the edge. Well, how about instead of yellow, we'll use this lime green. Because it's yellow here, but not so much over here. Okay, let me turn the camera around for you guys so you're not looking at it upside down. Yeah, so this is completely torn up. Okay, so this is all hand, all body. Okay. I'll make this darker on this side. Olive. We'll try pine. Okay. I just want this green to be a little bit different than these greens here. All right, let's see. So I will go ahead and let this dry a little bit, and then let's see, I'll finish up the hair. I wonder, I think I will. What I'll do is, instead of the little meatballs being red, I'm going to make them, I think I'm going to make those green. Radioactive Sailor Moon. It's really coming close to the top. But here's where it, let's see, well, we'll see what it looks like at the very end here. Almost there. Okay, so I was going to do a compromise between maybe an ombre hair. I don't know. Let's see. Let's keep messing with this. Oh, okay. Anyway, I just noticed that on the version of Sailor Moon that I'm looking at, she doesn't have these little wingy things, hair barrettes or whatever. Oops. Yeah, we'll make the hair wild. We can get away with it. So if you are interested in drawing on t-shirts, and drawing hulks on t-shirts is Sailor Moon. Not necessarily though. I do recommend the Arteza fabric markers, especially if you're drawing something with a lot of green in it, because you've got 6 greens to play with. And I think out of everything, that is my biggest complaint, that there's 6 greens. But you know, it saved my bacon on this picture because I used virtually all 6. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. I probably would use all 6 on the Green Lantern too, if I was drawing that one. So I think when they call someone Meatball Head, he actually fits it. Let's see. I'm debating whether or not to make these red or green. In the picture it's red, but he's green. So why not? It just kind of throws it off a bit, doesn't it? Maybe I'll flip a coin. Okay. If there's anybody out there right now watching, I want your opinion. Should the little red meatballs on the head be red or should they be green? Just let me know and I will change it to that color. If not, I'll just flip a coin. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and outline it. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see. This is red, this is green. Eating meat, mighty bell, catch tiger by the toe. If he holler, tell me you, and you are not it. So we're gonna be green. Okay. Let's see, we'll take our deepest, darkest green, which would be probably olive. Olive, okay. The light source looks like it's hitting it from right here, but it should be hitting from this direction. So let me just do it this way. And then we'll get black. We'll leave that white, and we'll fill it in with some of the other greens. We'll use turquoise green to see what that does. We'll go into the black a bit. And then we'll throw a lighter green on top. Let's see, let's try pine. I don't think pine is the lighter green of them. Let's try mint, right? No, this is pea green. Let's see. That's all right. We'll throw some yellow on top and make it brighter. I will let that dry a little bit. I'm going to correct it with some white paint, because this is supposed to be white. Okay, let's see, this is olive. So in the shadows, I'm going to use green, and then in the highlights I'm going to use yellow, and that's my compromise, because I can't decide if I want Hope to be blonde or if I want Hope to have dark hair. Hulk got highlights. You know, what's really cool is that this coverage is so well done with these markers that it doesn't look like it's homemade. I mean, the coverage is beautiful. I mean, that nose is gorgeous, if I do say so myself. But the blue, it's very vibrant, very blue. The greens, when I got the coverage in it, looks beautiful. Okay. And I think I'm going to use the coffee color. Coffee. There we go. Just in some spots. Just to make it a little darker. Also, the trick is to stay neat. And I think I'm getting a little tired. Let's see, I think we've been on the stream for a while. Maybe an hour or two, maybe a couple hours. Let's see, I started at 3 hours. 3 hours to do all this. So yeah, this isn't something that can be like whipped out if you want it done nicely. You want to take your time on it, let it dry, see what the results look like, and then come back to it and do some stuff. Okay, I need to tighten it up a bit. Fix the hair. Let me come over on this side a little bit and outline. Let's see, it looks like I outlined in black. Let's see, what did I do with my black? There it is. Yeah, it took me a while to realize that, oh shoot, we popped off. Well, it would help if I had my little thingies on, my clips on. So I'll add those again. I came to realize that the name of each one of the colors is on the top. And you'll find me every now and then looking for the name on the sides. It's just habits, because a lot of pencils and whatnot have the name on the side. And I kick myself because after all this time, I still keep looking for the name on the side instead of the cap. Another cool thing about having it on the cap, it's not going to wear down anytime soon. These are square, so they don't roll too far. Let's see. Let's see, did I want to make that bigger? I could bring out that a little bit more. Let me see. Yeah, I'll bring it out a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to outline the little sailor part here. The little, I don't want to call it a flag. The t-shirt is buckling a bit. I need more tension on it. Okay, let me put more tension on it because it's getting on my nerves here. Okay, I need to tighten it down. There it is. Another clip. There we go. That should be good. Tighten it up on the side a bit. Yeah, when it starts to buckle, it gets to be really super difficult to use the markers effectively. That's why I used this embroidery hoop. Okay, so you saw how much difficulty I was having when it wasn't tightened. And here's what it's like when it is tightened. I still have a little bit of play in it. This embroidery hoop is not my favorite. My favorite is a smaller version that has a little bit of an edge around it. It's like a lip, and with that lip it keeps it from sliding all over the place once it's tightened down. This one doesn't have it, so I have to use clamps and clips and stuff to keep it in place. I'm going to turn it around again so that it'll be forward on your end, upside down on mine. Now this idea came from when I was drawing the Wonder Woman, and I looked at her and I go, you know, at this pose I could totally turn her into Sailor Moon. And then the idea hit me, just giggling because I had asked for suggestions on the next superhero I should do. And I thought, you know, the Hulk would probably make a better Sailor Scout than Wonder Woman. So here I am. I decided I was going to be goofy and take this on. And it's cute. This is a 3X shirt. Let's see. The next one I think I want to do, and it's also a 3X. I do need smaller shirts, depending on what people are interested in. So if you are interested in claiming one of the shirts, I was going to save them for when I finally set up my Patreon and give them to my patrons. But I don't know, I'm really super, I hate to use the word lazy, but I'm a procrastinator and a half. But if you are interested in this shirt and you'd like to buy this shirt, let me know and I'll sell it to you on via my PayPal. Not PayPal, I'm sorry, Etsy. I'll part with it for like 20 bucks. Or we'll discuss it. But if you are interested, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll wear it as a sleep shirt, or one of those weird times when I want to go out and into public looking strange. And feel free to tell me what you'd like to see. If you'd like to see me draw like my own little original character doing something. I want to do a merman, but I want like either a K-pop group or like a really good looking K-pop artist or something like that. I've got one that I have in mind that I'd like to do, drawing wise, or a couple of them actually. Let's see, I wouldn't mind redoing a couple of my old ones, but these paints are pretty gosh, not paints, markers are pretty gosh darn good. They do cover really well. So far they have not emptied out, or rather ran out. I have not run out yet. I am moderately concerned about my apricot. I've used that a lot and I am not sure if that's going to last me much longer. Let's see, I got this set Friday. Just got this set and I could not wait. No, it was Thursday, I think. I think it was Thursday I got this. Yeah, just last Thursday I had gotten this set and did my first video where I had no rhyme or reason. I just wanted to try them. They're just so unique. And I am slowly falling in love with these guys. What brings me back to reality is that there's 6 greens. Why? Why 6? It works for the Hulk, but 6? Okay, I need to stop whining. But for what you get and the amount it costs, it's not too bad. This is about $30. I had a coupon and was able to use that. But I wanted to expedite the shipping, so that took, gosh, that was another $14, $15 on top of my order. But it's worth it. I'm glad I got it. I wanted it now, basically, and I got it within a day. So I'm pretty excited about that. So now what I'm going to do is let this dry. I'm going to try to put, you know what, I could make that silver. I'm going to try to put some paint over it, but I don't think the paint's going to cover it. So, let me see if there's any alternatives with the other Sailor Moons, or if it absolutely has to be white. Yeah, it's pretty much white. Okay. Give me a second, I gotta go use the restroom. I'm gonna let this dry, then I'm going to shift it. And then, oh, these don't even match the sizes. Oh, yeah. Let's see, what can I do? I'm gonna try to extend this out a little bit more. It could be distorted because I've got this clamped down. Let me see what white will do for me real quick. Let's see. There's probably not enough on there, but if it covers it, cool. And if not, I'll make like a silver highlight or something like that. Let's see. Good enough for government work. Okay, let me throw some white on there and let that sit. And we'll have a little white spot here. I'll come back and play with that. Be right back. Alrighty, now that we're back, let's see. I think it looks better when I color it all in. Okay, let's see, and I think this is a little distorted because I've pulled this to different directions. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to outline the teeth just a little bit more. Make it coming down a little bit. And I'll spin this around so this is right side up for you guys. Alrighty. Okay, let's see. Fix the outline on the shoulder here. This shoulder. Okay, and I'm just about done. Just got one more paw to do. spin this back around so that it looks right side up for you guys. I'm just outlining. Let's see if you can see. Move that back a little bit. All right. Let's see if I can fix this blue around here. I don't like the light blue on the outside. It just didn't work. Okay, let's see. All right, this should be blue as well. All right, more's the pity the Hulk does not have earrings on, so rats. Okay, so I just filled in this area right here. I'm going to go ahead and unclip it, and I'm going to finish up the hand and maybe fix this area right here. I might end up coloring this gray just to fix that little area where the green kind of seeped out. Okay. Gotta be careful of the areas I just did. But you can get some really rich color in this from these fabric markers. Just make sure that you just be mindful of your highlights. That's the biggest thing. Highlights will definitely make it pop. Okay, so his fingers need to stick out further. You know what would be funny to have on here is not Scarlet Witch, what is her name? The Black Widow. Supposedly she was the love interest in the movie for the Hulk, and I think, I'm not really sure, I didn't watch it, I haven't watched it yet, but that's what I heard, that she was playing the love interest. And maybe I could draw her in the back as, like in the background, as Tuxedo Mask. Just do like a little gender bender thing. Let's see. Oh, here's the board. I thought I took the board out. Okay, here it is. Not long now. Now, if these live stream drawings are too much for you, you could always catch it later. YouTube saves it, and you could always put it on the speed drawing or increase the speed, so you can zoom right on through all. What is it? It's now 5:30. You could zoom through all these minutes. Okay. All right. I think I got it clamped down. Nope, no, I don't. Not enough. One more clamp. Okay. One more clip. Okay. I think we've got it. All right. Throw the thumb in there. Make these meat hooks count. There we go. Let's see. It still has too much play over here, but I'll see what I can do on that. Black, black, black. Okay, so this is kind of funny. It's kind of like Sailor Moon's final form. Oh, she's gonna punish you, all right. Sorry about that. I know you probably can't see it. Let's see. Let's see if we can make it so that you can. Let's see if that makes a difference. There we go. Now we can see. Alrighty. Okay. Hello. Yeah, I sit here and I complain that I have 6 greens. And what do? I turn around, I buy a whole nother set. So now I'll have 12 greens. From what I could tell, I can't buy these individually from the site. Because if I did, I would buy a whole bunch of apricots. And I can't find my yellow. Let's see. So I'm just going to have to improvise with something else. Don't drop my yellow. Am I covering up my yellow? I must be covering up yellow. And yes, I am. Okay. Now looking at the tips, I've used this yellow a lot, and with a lot of other markers, it would stain the tip if you tried to blend them together. Not necessarily ruining it, but sometimes in some cases it does. I've found that with these markers that doesn't seem to happen. I've moved this around in the greens, and I just seem to just keep rubbing it, and the green goes away. So whatever color that I was trying to mix with seems to come off with some use, and so the marker itself is not ruined. So that's an also plus too, because I can't tell you how many times I've like picked up a Copic and that one picked up another color and it didn't go away. So it kind of tainted it a bit. Still used it, but you know, for the amount of money that you spend on expensive markers, you definitely want to kind of avoid that. Okay, so now all I'm doing is just adding just a little bit more depth to it by having 3 colors at least on the fingers. Let's see, that's pea green, mint green. I wanted lime green. Lime green was pretty much going to be the go-to base color for this. And I'm just adding it in here just a little bit. Okay, the thumbnail should be like about right here because it's pointing kind of that way, or it's kind of off the screen. This nail, if I'm making that gesture, should be off a little bit here. you know, add some more green leading up to the yellow. Just want to give it the illusion of roundness. Now usually when it comes to pictures this huge, usually I do these over a course of a few days. That way I don't feel burned out, I don't make as many mistakes. But since this is a live stream, I wanted to start a project and finish the project in the same stream. It's a challenge. And in reality, I should break it up a bit so that you're not sitting here for 3 hours. But the beauty of YouTube is that you can pick up a video back where you left off a little bit later, or you can speed it up. So hopefully you stuck with me through this journey to see the end result of Sailor Moon's Final Four. Let me go ahead and color in the rest of this. If you'd like to catch more live streams, or if you just like the speed videos where I just power on through to some music, let me know which one you prefer. If you just like a live stream to give you some advice, that's cool, I'll do that. Or if you just like to see step by step. What I can do is if you guys like the Crayola Art with Edge videos, I can show you how to add your pictures, or any picture that you create, onto a t-shirt, and then if you want we can color together. So just let me know if what you're interested in, what you're trying to do. If you just enjoy watching, I'd love to hear from you. If you miss my streams, I think what I'm going to end up doing, because I'm trying to find out what's a good time. During the week is not a good time for me because I'm exhausted when I come home from work. Even though, like, on my way home, I'm like, I can't wait to hop on. I can't wait to do something. But the reality of the situation is, once I finally get home, I'm too tired to move. But I do draw while I'm commuting. The only thing is that I can't record, not properly. I don't have a stationary camera for you to watch as I'm doing it. I would have to do it in bursts. So what I'm going to be doing is writing a little bit, because I'm still doing the 30-day create a superhero challenge, and I might do more on screen tomorrow on Sunday. So I'm going to be creating some superheroes, giving them backstories, and on Monday begins a 7-day writing challenge where you write 1,000 words. You write 1,000 words every day, and that's going to be pretty easy. Oh, and you have to, to keep track of your word count. And there is an online group on Facebook. And if you guys are interested in doing something like that, where you want to kind of give life to your characters, or if you've been wanting to write a story, the 7,000 words is what you'll end up with at the end of 7 days. It could be a few chapters, according to Joe Bunting, the person who's heading the challenge. So if you are interested in that, let me know in the comments, and I'll send you a link on how to join. And it seems like a pretty good concept, pretty much because you can bounce feedback off of other people who are writing at the same time, and just have fun with it. I'm going to use that as an opportunity to help me flesh out the backstories of some of these characters. I've got a really great idea for, well, I think it's a great idea. One of my characters is the, I believe I'm calling it the fondle machine. It's a lot more than what it sounds. If you've ever watched Star Trek, the very first movie, the Star Trek movie, not Wrath of Khan or any of those other ones, but the very first Star Trek movie, they have, there's some elements from there that I grabbed, and I'm using that, some of that concept for the fondle machine. It's basically, well, I could explain it when I am in the thick of it. I'll probably be working on it tomorrow, but the basic concept of it is that we have a race of people who are small, probably about the size of maggots. They're humanoids, size of maggots, and they're in a spaceship, not unlike the Starship Enterprise, and they are small enough to fit into an orb, about the size to fit into your mouth, kind of like a what is it called? Like a gag, one of those gag balls or something like that. Well, anyway, they were living just fine in a commune, and then the commune got raided, and a lot of them were captured or destroyed. They pretty much live off of humans. Humans are their hosts. And what happened was that when humans found them, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, too many fingers. Let's see, that's 1, 2. When the humans found them, they looked like monsters. When these people get comfortable, they start making alterations like most humans do. So they take bodies, and they change them so they can fit their environment, what they're comfortable in. And those changes make the humans look like monsters. So once they were discovered, they were destroyed. Some of them scattered to the ocean and jumped into whales and dolphins and things like that. Some idiots jumped into fish, some starships. But the one that we're going to be seeing, they've been bouncing around from human to human until the human is pretty much destroyed, or they find a better host, and they're weakened each time they have to jump into another body. It's like uprooting yourself constantly. If you ever seen like Battlestar Galactica, the original series where they're just traveling throughout space trying to find a home, trying to find Earth, this is what these guys are like. They're trying to find a home of their own, but in the meantime, they're destroying people unwittingly. Eventually they'll find a host, and the alterations that they make to her after lots of trials and errors using the fondle machine, they manage to come up with, she ends up having superpowers. So that is how she becomes a superhero. And so I am going to, I'm thinking about making her own story. And using the 7-day, the 30-day challenge as like a basis for a comic book for them. So I'm going to try to develop it live stream, so you can kind of see my thought process behind it and things like that. Okay, so now all I'm doing is just outlining so I can make my lines nice and bold, make it all stand out. And then I'll be done. I think I might want to put a background behind the Hulk, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. Sailor Moon always has like a moon, but I'm thinking the Hulk should have something a little different. Maybe a gamma radiation, or a gamma symbol, like a Greek symbol to symbolize gamma radiation, and then just turn it kind of on its side so it looks like a moon. Let me see. I'm gonna have to see what the symbol for gamma is. Alrighty. Well, I hope that this live stream has inspired you. If you're interested in buying these markers, cool. It would be money well spent, especially if you like the color green. They do blend well on t-shirts. It takes a bit on other fabrics, like the canvas that I was using, the canvas bag. Let me just get this to blend a little bit. If you do the technique that I done, where I take a paintbrush, moderately damp paintbrush, almost dry, and work in the colors, let me know if the colors stay after washing. I'll find out eventually. By the time I can get to a decent washing machine, I'll be able to wash this. Enough time will have passed. Ideally, you don't want to wash these until you have to wait about 12 to 24 hours. And then you want to use a gentle detergent. And I think it mentioned that it wanted you to, let me see what the box says. The box says, fabric care. For best results, wash fabric in cold water with a neutral detergent. Hang dry to keep colors looking new and bright. Suitable for working on jeans, t-shirts, tennis shoes, backpacks, jackets, sweatshirts, and more. So, yay! I'm going to keep working with this. One of the things that I've noticed is that people will do like one video and they won't use it again. They won't use the product again. Me, you can guarantee that I'll have a couple videos more using this product and others because I like the product. And I draw on t-shirts on the regular, and some of these people don't. So if you got something out of this video, please give it a thumbs up, a like. I'd appreciate it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more, if you suggest some. I'd like to hear your suggestions on different things. And let me go ahead and I think off screen I'll probably add more color to the face, just so it'll match the nose. The nose is gorgeous. God, I love how that turned out. Alright, so here is Sailor Moon's final look. Again, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you later. Oops. Let me see if I can straighten this out a little bit. I don't want to touch it too much. There's the face. There's our hair. And I think I can do a little something down here. Move this a little bit more. I'll iron this out and take a picture. Again, thank you for watching and hanging with me. And let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Okay, So there we are. Look at the Hulk. Isn't he just a beauty? Only thing I don't have are the earrings. So Sailor Moon's final form is gonna punish you. I punish you, and you and your little dog too. Okay, so I got that, and I was going to show you Wonder Woman. Let me take it off of this. Now I'm thinking that maybe I'll do superheroes, maybe DC superheroes on this shirt and Marvel superheroes on the other shirt. If you think that I should do like other Sailor Scouts, let me know. Here's my Wonder Woman, done completely with the Artezas. I did not use any other fabric marker or product on this, not even white. Not bad for something just whipped out. So again, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Or if you would like me to do a specific shirt, and if you like it, you have the option to buy it. Again, have a great one, and thank you for watching. Take care.